First, right now, tonight at 5, new developments in the case of Brooks Houck, in jail charged with complicity to murder in the disappearance of Crystal Rogers of Bardstown. His attorney asking for a lower bond and possible home incarceration. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Shay McAllister. The 14-page motion was just filed late this afternoon, and within it, his attorney calls Houck a loving father and family man. Houck was arrested last week, charged with murder and tampering with evidence in the Crystal Rogers case from 2015. His bond was set at $10 million full cash, but tonight his attorney is asking it be lowered to $500,000. He also wants work release, meaning he could continue going to job sites all around Bardstown. The motion argues Houck complied with law enforcement over the last 8 years and has no criminal convictions. They say a $10 million bond is unprecedented and unconstitutional. Houck is expected in court on Thursday the 5th. The judge could hear the motion then, and of course we will be there bringing you live updates from that courtroom that's happening this Thursday. Now another big story in our area tonight. This month marks 1 year since Metro Council passed the street racing ordinance, and LMPD says it's made a big difference.
The ordinance allows police to impound cars for up to 6 months now and drivers to be fined up to $2,000. Focus reporter Travis Breeze and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton asked police for proof that the ordinance is working.
In the first year of LMPD and the city's street racing ordinance, accidents still happened, like this one where someone lost their life in a street racing exhibition. But the city does believe that progress is being made and thinks that they are on the right path to curbing this activity.
So this one was involved in several events prior to, but the day that this vehicle was seized, it was right after it was involved in one of the street takeovers at an intersection.
This purple and gray Dodge Charger helped shut down the corner of North 33rd Street and Portland Avenue on June 4th.
They're all tools at our disposal.
Now it's sitting in the LMPD impound lot. In the first year of the street racing ordinance, 55 cars have been seized and 37 arrests made. Sometimes drivers are just cited and given notice their car is being towed. However, more dangerous events could lead to more charges. Since the city and police only started tracking street racing a year ago, Sergeant Ron Fay couldn't definitively say the number of actual events has gone down.
Do you have any numbers that can prove that the situation did get better this year with the passage of the ordinance?
So prevention is very difficult to put a number on prevention. One thing that we can definitely show is the direction it was going in prior to this ordinance coming out, and then once that tool was made available, it has cut that significantly down.
Metro Councilor Donna Purvis, who represents the Portland neighborhood, says her constituents wanted action and they are seeing results.
We are seeing a decrease. Unfortunately, our decrease has been moved to other regions like Cincinnati, Indianapolis. So the bad players know that we are here and that we are applying the law to stop their illegal activities.
4 people have died in street racing events this year, and they hope when everyone realizes the financial penalties as well, it will cease.
Don't come here think you're going to come here and do what you want to do. You better have deep pockets.
In Louisville, with senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Now, we want to let you know that this is a story that Travis has been investigating for weeks, and tomorrow right here at 6, you're going to hear from community members who share whether they feel the ordinance is really working. You'll also see exclusive video of a sideshow that took over a parking lot near Slugger Field just 2 weeks ago.
Over the weekend, a big arrest and a name that might sound a little familiar. Jamarcus Glover, the man at the heart of the investigation that led to the death of Breonna Taylor, is now facing new charges. WHAS 11's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Emma Gefter sat down with the police department that led the investigation. Tonight, they're walking us through it.
This is our investigation that stemmed from the death of the 13-year-old female.
A teenager found in full cardiac arrest in the 5800 block of Prince William Street, later determined by the medical examiner's office to be caused by a fentanyl overdose. Through the investigation, Major Eddie Jones with the St. Matthews Police Department says they learned of a connection to another home in the 3000 block of Taylor Boulevard, which is located just a couple blocks away from Churchill Downs, and a connection to Jamarcus Glover. Over several months, the St. Matthews Police Department and the DEA conducted search warrants of both locations, leading to the Saturday morning arrest. Court documents show that a search warrant was conducted at this home on Taylor Boulevard. Firearms and narcotics seized.
Our job here in St. Matthews is to enforce the laws of the state of Kentucky, and we've done that in this instance.
Glover was also arrested back in January of 2022 by the Jeffersontown Police Department and pleaded guilty to multiple drug charges. He is now being charged with multiple new drug charges, accused of using kids to help him transport and sell heroin, fentanyl, and other illegal drugs. In St. Matthews, Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
Glover is no longer at the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections. He's now out on bond. He is set to appear in court on Wednesday morning.
Louisville Metro Police made a quick arrest in connection to the double shooting that killed a father and a son around Douglas Park in the Southside neighborhood early this morning. This morning, LMPD arrested 40-year-old Unyar Rodriguez. He's accused of shooting and killing two family members in the 600 block of Douglas Park. Metro Police late today confirming the victims are his own father and son. He is charged with 2 counts of murder, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of a defaced firearm.
Now take a look at your screen right here. Right now, Louisville police are searching for this young girl. Her name is Caitlin Douglas. She's 12 years old. Police say she was last seen on Thursday in the Beachmont neighborhood on Southside Drive right near West Tenney Avenue. They also say she's intellectually disabled. She might seem a little confused or disoriented. If you know anything or you've seen her, it's important to call police. You can call their tip line at 574-LMPD.
Well, if you could say there's a Super Bowl of weather, we've got it in Kentuckiana this week after the summer's holding on. I mean, it's still the growing season out there, Shay, but now we're going to get the cooler weather we all love and hang around Kentuckiana for.
On to the roller coaster bin. When are you expecting that cold front to come in?
Yeah, late this week. Just have to wait a little bit longer for that real deal autumn front that'll move through right before the weekend. Right now, though, summer-like, our temperature at 87 degrees. We had a high of 88 today. Humidity is low. It definitely helps. Humidity all the way down to 30%, and not seeing a cloud in the sky as the airplane begins to take off there as we look from our U of L Health Camera Network, our Belmont Village Senior Living camera over the University of Louisville. Our view there, 86 at Valley Station PRP, Linden at 88 degrees, and Prospect at 84. Warm across the board with an equal amount of sunshine throughout Kentuckiana with middle 80s in most spots and really quiet conditions, not only here in Kentuckiana, throughout the Ohio Valley and the eastern 2/3 of the United States. There is not much weather going on. So Futurecast is quiet, 80s for now. As we head towards sunset, we'll drop into the 70s. And thanks to the low humidity, we'll cool off, upper 50s, lower 60s as we get started tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, upper 80s to around 90 degrees. These temperatures running nearly 15 degrees above normal for this time of the year. So clear and cool tonight, low in the city, 62. Outlying areas, upper 50s, around 80 at lunchtime tomorrow, and your high temperature up to 89 for our Tuesday afternoon. We'll plan out that big cool down for the weekend coming up.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. More local news here at 5. Some JCPS school board members have been calling for changes at the top, and they actually did so right here live on our newscast after the transportation disaster involving the school transportation plan from August. Well, today the change happened. District leaders at JCPS are replacing the chief operations officer. He was the man in charge of the new JCPS transportation plan, which was later called a disaster by the superintendent, Marty Polio. Chris Perkins was front and center at this news conference on August 23rd, talking as the school system tried to get the buses back on track and on time. School board member Corey Scholl was just one board member who had called for changes after the disaster. Perkins has now accepted a, quote, reassignment, according to the school district. Now, Dr. Rob Folk is stepping into the role of interim operations manager. Previously, Folk was the assistant superintendent of middle schools. Before that, he worked at the Marion C. Moore School, Iroquois High School, and in several others in nearby districts. His new position is effective today.
A new lawsuit has been filed against controversial Senate Bill 150. That's the new law banning gender-affirming care. The lawsuit filed in Fayette County Circuit Court is against the Fayette County Board of Education and Attorney General Daniel Cameron. It alleges the new law around bathroom access, pronoun use, and classroom speech actually violates students' rights. The plaintiffs are families of 5 trans and non-binary Lexington students who also say the law constitutes sex discrimination. It is the first challenge to the education provisions of Senate Bill 150. Another lawsuit is already challenging the section of the bill banning gender-affirming care for minors.
A Louisville couple facing fraud charges in Clark County, Indiana, are now facing the same charges in Floyd County. On Friday, Tracy and Matthew Davenport turned themselves into the Floyd County Jail. They own the Davenport Extreme Pools and Spas here in Louisville. The couple's accused of being paid to install private swimming pools that they never finished building. They filed for bankruptcy shortly after receiving payments from customers to build those pools. The investigation in Floyd County found victims paid the Davenports almost $246,000 total. That's just Floyd County. And so far, not one single pool project has been started. The two are charged with corruption, theft, and fraud in both counties.
Today, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced $13.9 million are now going to local organizations all across the state to help fight the opioid epidemic. According to the overdose fatality report, more than 2,000 Kentuckians lost their lives to a drug overdose last year. The state is now receiving millions of dollars as part of settlements with major drug manufacturers for the role they played. The Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission is now overseeing the distribution of the money. Back in April, the commission gave out $8 million. Today, they announced an additional $13.9 million.
Drug epidemic remains the public safety challenge of our lifetime. And we can have the finest schools, the lowest taxes, and the region's most ambitious economic development plans. But none of that matters if drugs continue to take thousands of Kentucky lives and wreak havoc on thousands of Kentucky families each year.
Some of the organizations receiving money today include Feed Louisville, the Healing Place, and the Jeffersontown Police Department.